Hello fellow commanders and welcome to another Strategic Command World War II with me, Bubblebox. Soviet morale is boosted by news of Allied forces in Italy. Naval units continue sailing west, so we're selling some of our surface vessels over to the Pacific, some of the American ones from the Atlantic. Suez Canal limits Italian supply to Abyssinia. Once again, we need to sort out that East African problem. Axis military activity hinders Allied supply on Crete. That's normal. That happens every single time. Both hit by some damage to that sub there. UK develops anti-submarine warfare level 3. Great. And moves forward its fighter defences a little bit. And no interdictions. Now, to help that little problem we've got in East Africa, one of the comments was to take out that commander that's in East Africa before I try to go for Abyssinia itself, and I think I might actually follow up on that advice to do that. So one of the surface ships for the Germans gets destroyed, but bumps into the Russian sub there. This German sub in the Mediterranean is a little bit boxed in, and the German subs there, a pack of them, doing battle with the Japanese Navy. We kind of started that off at the during the last episode. Hong Kong's just about holding out. We're still kind of at the ends of the winter now, getting into the spring, so there will be a renewed offensive, I expect, by the Germans in Russia from kind of maybe next turn, or this turn, next turn onwards, for a few turns at least. So all we've got to do is hold them this year. After this year, Russia's going to be strong enough to be able to maybe even push back a little bit against the Germans. So one of the American subs just forced to pull back there by one of the destroyers, and some planes going in to bomb the American subs as well. So it's all about trying to eliminate the Japanese Navy for the next few turns for the Americans, and building their own naval forces up before we start to island hop and take all that land back. This commander down here is going to die eventually, but hopefully he can take a few more hits. One of the subs died there. We don't really want to lose subs. It doesn't matter if they take a little bit of damage. America's going to get so many MPPs over the next as the game continues forward. And I'm not worried about losing some points on subs as long as we do their surface vessels plenty of damage, because the Japanese income is nowhere near the amount the Americans are going to get. We've got an American sub there just attacking one of our cruisers. It's a little bit unfortunate. German tactical bombers going to work. We've got our anti-aircraft gun there though, doing a little bit of defending for us. Rangoon is looking a bit weak. Hopefully we can hold that. Maybe try and get some of the Indians down there to help out. Down to the south of Moscow. Quite a large defence we've got there at the moment. I do want to try and pull them back towards Moscow eventually. Oh, that was nasty. They took down one of our light cruisers there. The Russians lost a light cruiser in Novorsky. Bombers going in. This army on the right out in this salient here is looking a bit vulnerable to all these German, Romanian and Bulgarian units, Hungarian units. Panzer, a level 10 Panzer, health 10 Panzer there attacking in, and a health 10 Italian units. There's 3 Italian armies down there in the south of Russia near the Caucasus, heading towards Stalingrad. Attacking into our armoured train with one of the other Panzers, and the other Panzer comes in as well. Not doing very much damage back, which is a little bit worrying. And a big army in, that's gonna... oh, it didn't hit the train that time. I was going to say that train's morale's looking pretty low. Decided to attack the army this time. An army from the Japanese attacking our army, taking it down to 4 health, now down to 2 from the other army. And shattered. So we've lost an army there for the Japanese. This isn't turning out to be a very good turn so far, got to be said. And Batavia down to 1 health, but just holds on. I hope they can't swap with another counter there. And yeah, Penang's getting a pounding as well. And that brave commander who can't basically shoot back just went down there near Manila. So Rangoon under a lot of pressure. I'm not sure what we can do about that at this stage. Another of our Chinese armies under threat in a salient here. We need to get these communist Chinese units into battle hopefully this turn. One of our militia units getting hit. Okay, that's good. That's held that quite nicely. And this is a real difficulty here for the Germans. This is kind of a bit like a pinch point there that they can't really, they're finding it tough to get through just to the west of Leningrad. And we've got a lot of units to the south of Leningrad as well. I want to really hold this position and knock out the Finns if I can. That's a big panzer though coming into play. 2 shots for that into our core. Our core still on 8. Morale's low. Takes down a health point from their paratroops. Got another corps coming in. Takes it down to 7. Pulls back. They're going to bring another one in. Yep, an army this time from the Hungarians. But they lose a point. And the Russians stay on 7. Italians jostling around, attacking these units that have kind of got cut off. They've still got some supply from Rostov, but they're kind of cut off now. And unless I can just close that pinch point there, as you just saw in the south there, then we're going to lose those units. So we'll see if we can do anything without endangering a lot more of our forces in the next turn. We've got another Chinese unit down to 4 health there and low morale as well. So yeah, it's definitely spring because it looks like the offensive is back on. Lots of attacks from the AI in this turn. Another attack into that army in Rostov. Just wondering how many reinforcements they've got. I mean, the Italian infantry aren't too strong. Like all the infantry around here are only level 1 infantry, so hopefully we can do something about that. They've even trying to attack out of Helsinki, excuse me. Yeah, the Finns aren't looking too strong as long as we can hold the Germans in the south of Leningrad. I'm happy to keep attacking the Finns. Okay, some more anti-aircraft fire as the Stuka attacks that core in the corner there once again. Seems to be taking all the heat there. Okay, now the AI is just reinforcing all its units, moving its panzers around. The Japanese moving all its units around as well. Just still going up in the north here. They've got to be pretty low on supply up in the north there, so I don't think they're going to be able to get too much further. Okay, just moving their air forces around now. And then a bit of naval reorganisation, and then we can get underway with our turn. Okay. Right, British Commandos raid Ostend. Nice. And actually, yep, hinder supply in Crete as per normal. We hinder the German supply as well. Japanese capture Corregidor. Didn't even see that, to be honest. Right then, let's see now. I want to see if I can start implementing a bit more diplomacy this turn as well, because where did we lose there? Well, the Germans lost a heavy cruiser, bumped into that Russian sub, of course, and 2 Russian units down, including that light cruiser, which was a bit unfortunate, and that's, damn it, that army, yeah, for the Chinese as well, and that HQ. For nothing terrible, nothing game-breaking for us that's been lost in that turn. Okay, so we've got some intelligent reports to go through before we take our turn, just spotting some of the Axis units for us. Nothing too important there. I just spotted sub was spotted in the Atlantic, so we'll check out the Atlantic first of all actually. Oh, hold on. Yeah, let's check the Atlantic out first. We've got a sub down here, which I think we're in a position to attack. So can that one? Yeah, let's attack this sub down here. First of all, that's a dive. So we're going to have to hunt it again. Let's see. Bring this one down first. There it is. Let's do another little attack there. And then we'll bring our third guy down. Oh, bumped into another sub right there. Takes a shot. Oh, wow, that's a big hit. That's a big hit. Let's just kind of get out of there a little bit. Now, I don't think I've got any other guys in position to... Oh, hello. We've got a... Yeah, we've got one American destroyer here, which I'm, well, I've got while I'm there and while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to just upgrade that destroyer to naval weapons and anti-submarine as well. We'll use that in the next turn, but I don't think we've got any other. No more destroyers look really within reach of the Atlantic at the moment, so we'll leave that. We'll just check out the North Sea for the Brits. There was a submarine that attacked this guy, so I'm going to move this. In fact, I did notice that these two destroyers, which I thought were adjacent to Bremen, aren't actually taking Bremen down, I don't think. So I'm going to move this destroyer away and just have a little peek for this sub that was over here. I can't see it, so I'm just going to block its way in from there and take this cruiser back into port for some resupply. And then I'm going to leave the rest to keep interdicting that German pathway there. Now I'm going to quickly go to Asia for the Brits and just make sure everything's reinforced over here so that I don't forget. So we're going to reinforce Rangoon first of all, as much as we can, and we're going to reinforce here as much as we can, just to, well, it's putting off the inevitable really, I suppose. We'll make sure, yeah, looks like Hong Kong's okay at the moment. Now I'm just wondering whether to start bringing these Indian units in on the action. If Chinese can, just to help these guys down in Rangoon more than anything else. I'm wondering if I can just I can't operate them, they're not on a railway line. So I'm going to have to kind of move them onto, we'll move them down towards Wanting and then try to get them down to help out in Rangoon, hope they can hold out for a little bit longer. I don't think I've got any Indian units coming on board for a little while, May, so a couple of months still before I get any Indian units on board. As far as India's research is going, I think that's kind of full at the moment, so we can't do anything there. Someone did mention to do mobility for them, and I think I will definitely do that, so thanks for that tip there for the Indians, because they're going to be fighting a lot of jungle warfare and they're going to need mobility. Apart from that, if there's maybe purchase another unit for the Indians if we've got enough points at the moment. Maybe what I really need is armies for the Indians, and don't think I can, no, can't afford it, so we'll just hold on to those points for the Indians and do that next turn. Oh, there were these units down here, weren't there? We want to just reinforce these just to try to keep them in the battle as long as we possibly can. We'll do the American fleet shortly, but we'll head back over to the Brits in East Africa. And another tip was just to get rid of this leader here before I start attacking Addis Ababa, although Addis Ababa did go get its health down, but I might, and that leader is a fair way from them now. Shall we take the leader? Yeah, let's follow their advice. We'll take the leader down first, so let's bomb into the leader first. Try and take that down in the next turn or two, and I'll try to keep Addis Ababa down on morale as well, and we'll attack the leader. We're just not doing it damage though. Look at that, that's terrible. Let's move this one up. I can't even move that, seriously? Why can't I move that? I haven't. Wow, okay, we're going to move this guy around over towards the leader, and we're going to reinforce our tank a little bit. Oh, 4 points, that's nice. Move this leader over here. Yeah, they can attack out onto that if they really want to. They can even attack our militia unit if they really want to. So that's kind of all we're going to do. We're going to try and get rid of this leader before we move in on Addis Ababa. However, where we are making some good progress is here. And the Germans and the Italians haven't responded. I would have expected them to send units down the spine of Italy there to try to cut us off, but they kind of haven't done that. Now I need to know where the subs are before I send more units across the sea. So there's kind of these units I want to bring out down here. But I also want to start doing some diplomacy as well. So we'll just check along the coast for that sub. Doesn't seem to be anywhere around there. We'll bring the destroyers up. I wonder whether it's gone back to base anywhere. So no, nothing over there. Let's just check this region here. No, nope, no subs. So shall I move forward a little bit and bring another unit in? Maybe this guy. I think I might do, you know. Look at that. Oh my god, if can we? I'm going to take a chance. I'm just going to go to there first of all. Oh, there is an aircraft on there, but that's definitely worth taking a few points out of. Wow, 6, beautiful. And we're going to move the artillery over there as well, which we won't be able to attack with. And then we're going to bring this guy. We're going to transport this. I think it's a Daimler something, a little recon vehicle. Yeah, we'll transport that across. Get that unloaded. That'll protect the port a little bit. But yeah, we're literally in the spine of India now. Okay, excellent. And I might even bring this guy up to here. And I'm going to do an attack into that aircraft. They have got some interceptors, but that's fine. Let's take this bomber down a peg or two. Down to 5. Okay, we've got 6 left on our aircraft. Oh, actually, did we have it on? What did we have it on? Fighter. Why did we only get 1 shot? I thought we would have got 2 shots. Oh, we have got 2 shots. Okay, let's attack again. Down to 3 health now. Unfortunately, I can't use my artillery piece, which is a bit of a pain. Now then, the other thing is I could get these guys up as well, or these guys. That's another army. Now I could chance taking them. I could take that carrier back down to there. Yep, let's chance it. Let's get these guys in a transport. I don't think I'm going to bump into the sub, so we'll get those guys up and we'll unload them. So that is 2 full armies we've got there now. A leader. They're kind of in the wrong position, but we'll sort that out next turn. We've got a recon and an artillery piece. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, and we've also got these guys down here, which if I could... God, I'm so tempted to use these as well. I'm going to use these, but I'm going to put them in an shall I put them in an amphibious, or shall I get them over here first and then put them in an amphibious? No, we'll leave that for next turn. We'll leave that for next turn. I'm going to bring the destroyers up because I want to keep an eye out for those submarines. So we'll utilise our destroyers. Okay, and I'm not going to really utilise the rest of my shipping just now. I'm going to keep that kind of, I'm going to put that into ports, I think. I don't want to be spending my points at this stage. Oh, or we could tempt out there. Yeah, let's... No, from next turn we'll tempt out their submarines and things. Let's just put them into port. And the port's free. There. These guys are all okay. Yeah, we'll buff up some of these ships actually, and we'll start blockading the ports in and around Italy and see if we can get those last 3 submarines down. And then Italy is going to be under all sorts of pressure after that. And that's going to help out the Russians as well, which is who we're going to look at in a minute. Now, before we move on, for the Brits, we've still got 172 points. I want to do some diplomacy. I want to be hitting the Turkish diplomacy, try and get Turkey in on the war, and Britain has got some jits that I want to use. So we're going to do that. And 2 and 3, if that's about all we can afford. And then that gives us 2 remaining chits, which I'll try and put into Turkish diplomacy in the next turn. So let's move on. India. Now again, what I want to do with India on the diplomacy front, we're going to go for Turkey. So I'm not going to do anything else with India at the moment. Yeah, so we've got 3 diplomacy chits. We're going to put them... Oh, what? Not enough. Oh, that's the Brits. Okay, yeah, there we go. Cancel that. India. Put 3 chits into... That was Turkey, wasn't it? Oh, I think I just might have done the wrong one. Oh God. Okay, there. Yeah, okay. Did I put one into the wrong thing there? I did something wrong there. I'm not quite exactly sure. I might have even put it into... Did I put it into Madagascar? No. What did I put that into then? That was weird. India's got no chits left, so what does it put its... Not sure what happened there. We'll leave that anyway. But, so Turkey... It's got 3 from Britain, 1 from the British Commonwealth, India. Okay, right, so let's move on to China, who's in a bit of problems at the moment. So let's start pulling back a little bit from here and letting the communist Chinese take over this little battle up here. So we'll pull back this guy here, our leader. Now how far forward can we put these? Can we get these out is another question. We can get them out to there. Put that one to there and that one to there. Can I get this one out? Yeah, I can. So we're going to get those 2 out. We're going to put this one in there. This one in there. I think I can get this one out. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So I've got 2 strong units there. I could even take a shot there, I think. I think I will. Right, now then. We've got to hold this line down here. We've got a nice 10-point unit here who needs actually upgrading. Trouble is, a lot of these aren't upgraded. I'm going to just... I might just pull that one back. I'm going to give my plane the reinforcements it requires. 3 points, bring that up to 10. We'll leave that guy there, leave that guy there. Reinforce this one. Okay, that leaves us with 113, and I'm going to go back to the diplomacy screen for the Chinese, and I'm going to put 2 ticks into Turkey. Because when I do diplomacy, I think it's worth just going for it full on. Either go for the diplomacy of a country or don't go for it at all. Don't just put dribbles and drabs into it. You've got to get it turned as fast as possible. So we'll put 2 chits from China into that. That leaves us very few points for China, and I will just upgrade one of these units down here perhaps. Maybe this army. We'll reinforce that chap by 1 point, and that's all our points done. This guy's under a bit of pressure, but we're going to leave him there. Move you over the river, move you into the town there, move you down to there, and better move this commander a little bit closer and make sure we get that yeah, get Cyan as well locked up. This guy's low as well, but he can only get attacked from one area, so that he should be okay. Yeah, I think that's going to have to do us in China, which is probably my weakest nation currently, as we move across to the best part of the game at the moment, which is the Russians. Now there is another surface vessel here which we can do with attacking. Wow, 5, nice. And then we'll just attack it with our destroyer. Boom, finishes that off. I'm not exactly sure how much more of a navy the Germans have actually got. In fact, I might send this submarine down for a peek. So there's nothing in there. And there is a 1-pointer. Can I finish that off? No, I can't. Okay. So there's just that cruiser in there. Now, if you're wondering why I don't move my British fleet in, it's because I can't move it past Copenhagen unless I control Copenhagen. That could be a target for the future. On this front. Let me know what you think in the comments, because a way into getting all my ships over here to help out blockading northern Germany now is to try to do an invasion of Denmark, taking Copenhagen with the British. But of course the British have got a lot of other stuff going on at the moment as well, which just makes it points-wise a bit difficult to start invading in the west at the moment. But back to the Russians. We're going to head to Finland first of all, and keep trying to push forward towards Helsinki. So we'll do a little attack with our army first. I think we're going to destroy this guy. So move that up to there. Yeah, we'll move that forward. Move this army into position and take that guy out. Very nice. Then we'll move our level 2 tank forward and hit this guy once, because tanks do lots of morale damage. You can see his morale just took a shot there. Oh, I've only got 1 shot. Oh, it's only 1 strike. I thought it was 2. Okay. So we've still got this arm. Oh, that's nice. We'll do that. Another little shot there. And we've got this guy back here. We were just going to reinforce. So he'll be at maximum 10 points next turn, ready for an attack. Is it worth attacking here? I don't think so. It is worth maybe reinforcing if I can, though. We'll reinforce the guy on Hanko. So that's another, that's a finish unit down. So that's good. Right, now over here, this guy's looking pretty good. He's not got any entrenchment, so I think I'm going to attack with him into this panzer and then swap him with the paratroops and try another little attack with the paratroops. Can I not swap? Oh, why can't I swap there? That's weird. What am I doing wrong? Why can't I swap? That is weird. I can swap there, but I can't swap the paratroops for some reason. Oh, it's because they're prepared. Oh, yes! What I was thinking of doing was flying them over and dropping them into Tallinn, wasn't it? So I think I'm going to leave them there prepared. They can't do it this turn because they're prepared for flight and it's raining. So I'm going to have to leave that till next turn. We've got a nice leader there as well, and we've got a tank here. And we'll just buff up our fighter. Is it worth an attack with our bomber? Can I do that some damage? No, oh, it's raining, isn't it? Of course it is. Right, okay. Now down here, this guy here is not looking too healthy, so I think I'm just going to do a straight swap there. And we'll do a little attack into this army, Hungarian army, do them a little bit of damage. And I think I can reinforce this guy now he's back behind the lines. And then we've got our tank. Ooh, shall I attack? I'm going to chance it. That's going to put him quite low. If it takes too much damage, down to 5. I can actually pull him back. I might pull him back there. Yeah, let's pull him back. And can I put this one forward? This is only a light tank though. Light tanks aren't great. But we'll put the light tank in position and we'll just leave it there to get pummeled next turn. So that's kind of Army Centre North sorted out. Defence against them. And then we've got the centre ground here. Engineers are still building defences. I will pull back to Moscow eventually because I want to suck this big German army in towards the centre if I can. But I want to try and hold out a bit longer. I'm going to start getting these units out though. Maybe leave a line here this time. So this guy is not entrenched at all anymore. I mean, I could just reinforce everything and hope for the best. Shall I do that one more turn? Yeah, let's do that one more turn. Let's just reinforce everything. We're in good supply, so we'll reinforce everything. I can't elite reinforce next to an enemy, unfortunately. We can reinforce this guy 1, bring him back up to full health. And we can even reinforce this militia unit down here, which is probably a weak point because it's on the corner here and getting flanked a little bit. And we'll reinforce... No, let's not reinforce the plane. Let's upgrade the plane to a level 2 fighter. Have we got any units to come in? No, we haven't. Okay, I'm just a bit worried about this corner here. I might send this light... I can't. We'll leave those there. Alright, now we'll go to the south. South are having problems here. Now, I could close this gap now, which would actually cut off the Germans, and I think I have to try that out. I have to try it. So we're going to move this army forward to there and reinforce this corps, which is only up to 6. And I'll reinforce... No, I can't reinforce those guys. Can I attack out anywhere? Just do a little bit of damage to something that needs doing damage to? I'll just do a little bit of damage to this tank, just to protect this core a little bit. This army might be able to do some damage to the tank, which it can. I won't attack this army, because this army now is surrounded. Now I can move this core forward, just to plug that gap, and do a little attack against the tank. And then... Oh, this isn't looking too bad. I can move... Actually... I can move these guys down here across the river, these guys down here, and attack the tank. That's a nice elite army. Oh man, if I can kill this panzer off, it'll be huge. Wow, the panzer's down. Brilliant. That's huge. That's huge. Okay. I'm going to leave that tank there because he is by a river. And I'm not going to attack there. I'm going to reinforce so that he can get up to 10 health for that. So that's kind of... I might have saved these units now. Might. They still might die. It depends how much is behind here. I don't think there's going to be a lot, personally. We'll reinforce down near Sevastopol. And then we've got units down here as well, which I think we should move forward just to try and make sure we try and take these 2 units from the Germans. So we'll move forward there. And we'll just leave these 2 militias down there. I think that's pretty much it for the Russian movement wise. Now I have got some units over here which I could now, I think I'm going to bring these into action now. So we're going to operate over this tank and we're going to operate them to the south because I think we might be able to do some damage to the, where am I going? I might be able to do some damage to the Germans in the south, and I could put it down here. And I could put it up here, which is where I'm going to put it, I think. We're going to put it on the road there. And we're going to grab those cavalry units. Oh no, hold on. Before we do that, I want to make sure we get this diplomacy going against the Turkish as well. So let's have a look. Turkey. Yeah, we're going to invest 3 chits into Turkish diplomacy. Good. That brings us up to 45% per chance per turn for swaying the Turks over to our sides. And can we still operate these over? We can. So let's get these cavalry over as well. Again, we're going to do it in the south here. Try and do a bit of a counterattack. There is this big panzer here. Here. So I'm going to put these... We'll put these up on... going to put those there so they can, if we get a chance to flank, we'll try and flank, or maybe even cut this tank off, possibly. That leaves us with 239 points for the Russians. Let's see if there's any research wants doing before we buy some cheap units. I kind of want advanced fighters to be moving forward a little bit faster if we can, just to negate the German Air Force a little bit. And I also want to I'm going to get spying and intelligence. Let's get spying and intelligence going for the Russians, actually. Yeah, and then that keeps them down on points. So we'll leave the Russians there, I think. I think that'll do for the Russians. Have we left anything? Have we left anything? We've left the Americans. Oh my God, I nearly forgot about the Americans. Okay, so the Americans really were just kind of attacking with their submarines into the Japanese fleet. But before I spend any points or do anything with the Americans, again, I want to make sure that Turkey is being sorted out. So we're going to put 5 chits of American. We can't do more than 1 at a time. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Yes. Yes. So that takes Turkey now up to an 80% chance of success per turn. So yeah, Turkey is going to be in the war pretty soon. Now then, these subs, this one, the ones on 4 health, they really need to go back for some TLC. So we'll be sending those guys back. All 3 of these can go back for some TLC. The others, we shall shoot and run, I think. So we're going to hit... probably this escort carrier. Can I sink it? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Can he get out? Yes, he can. And he's still on 9 points. So still in pretty decent shape. So we're going to move. Oh, bumps into a light cruiser. That's not good. So he's kind of stuck there now. Got to watch out for this destroyer. Now then, this guy is going to try to snuck down and have a shot at this carrier. Nope, there's a bloody battleship in the way. Of course there is. We may as well have a shot now. Going to take a little bit of damage, but not too much, but take some damage on their battleship, because the Japanese just aren't going to be able to afford to do all these replacements and repairs, I don't think, personally. And we'll try and move our sub down now to attack this carrier if we can. There's also a battleship there, which actually attacks us, so we can't now attack, I don't think. No, and we can't get out. We're kind of stuck there now, but that's okay. I think all 3 of those subs will survive. We've got another sub coming down here. In fact, we can use it to attack. Let's attack this battleship, I think. Take 3 off that, hopefully. Well, I took 2 off. Took 2 damage back, and we'll just move that out of the way where it can't be seen. Have we got any more subs coming over? Yep, we've got 1 here, which we can fast move down towards the battle. Good. And we can start bringing these destroyers up as well, just to hunt out the Japanese subs. Did I only have one there? Really? Oh no, there's another one. I thought I had another one. There's another one. We'll bring that down as well. Keep them in a little group there. Well, not in a group. We'll look at the other one. Oh, it's up there. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so we're on the west coast. We were kind of upgrading all of our units, but we've got a bunch of units just arrived down here now, which we're just going to move up towards Hawaii. So we'll start getting our... Well, we can double move these. We'll start getting our fleet together. I don't think the Japanese are going to come on forward and attack us. So we need those destroyers as well just to protect our fleet. But we're just going to get our fleet up here, group them up, get them all teched up, and then we'll start moving against the Japanese fleet, and then start doing some island hopping once we get some infantry units to do that with. So that's those. Might as well bring everybody up. Let's bring all these forward. There's no slots. There's no slots, is there? So we should just upgrade them in place, and then we'll move them next turn. We might as well. Let's upgrade all these guys. Upgrade everything we can upgrade. Okay, I don't think we can do any research for the Americans currently. I think they're full. Yeah, they are full. Oh, there's 100 points we could do. No, we can't. No, they're full. Okay. So we'll continue to upgrade our carriers as much as we can. Okay. And upgrade again. Carrier. Good. Okay, excellent. Oh, we've got one down here as well. Have I done that one? I think I've upgraded that one now. Have we got any more units to bring across for the Americans? I think that's all the ships. We've got that one destroyer which we can leave in the Atlantic. All the other ships are now across into the western United States and over into the Pacific near Honolulu. So that's good. So the Americans are building up. They are moving all their subs in, starting to do damage to the Japanese Navy before we start island hopping, etc. Quite a good time there for the Americans, and they're just going to get stronger and stronger. So thank you all very much for watching. Please do give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the series. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one.